All right, so joining me now is a guy that I've had the pleasure of working with for about 20 years ago at E-Television, Ray Brune. You were the man. First of all, we have a lot of people from LA that live out here now. Started the KTLA morning show, right, which was revolutionary. Executive producer at Good Morning America, right? You started TVG, which I interviewed with and didn't know anything about horse racing. That's why I did not get that job. And you were the news director at E! News Live in the heyday, and that's when you hired me.
But more importantly, you were the Romeo of Hollywood. I mean, I remember Jamie Lee Curtis was very smitten with you.
That was how I got the job. So it was Freaky Friday, Freaky Friday junket. She asked me, "What's your deal?" I said, "Well, I'm freelancing right now. My boss loves you." And she's like, "Turn the camera, turn the camera to me." And she said, "Ray." She's like, "What's his name?" I said, "Ray." "Ray, you hired this guy. You hire him." And then I got hired. So it's been great. It wasn't the same after you left. I wound up leaving, coming here, and now we're back together because I did not know, Ray, that you were severely bullied as a child. And this book says it all. And it really is, like, every paragraph is shocking to me. Why were you inspired to write the book?
I was inspired, because 6 months ago I was playing on the internet. I discovered ChatGPT, and then I discovered DALL-E, this service within it.
Okay.
And I started creating pictures, and these pictures are just artworks. You know, you could say create a picture of a boy playing, dodgeball, and make it like a Rembrandt, and it's like comes out. It's just stunning. And I realized, oh my God, this is really affecting the way I see myself, and I see those things from 50 years ago. Because keep in mind, I'm 62.
Yeah.
Okay, and these things happened in the 70s. So there's 50 years, and I'm still feeling the trauma from those days as being bullied. So my message to parents is, it lasts a lifetime. It doesn't go away when the name calling stops.
No. And I remember a neighbor of mine, his dad said one thing to me, and to this day I still am haunted by it.
Yep.
One thing. And,
exactly.
And you had, it seems like everybody down the line was bullying you, and then you went, you went to a Catholic school, and I think the nuns bully everybody just out of fairness. But yeah, I mean, but you found a way to compartmentalize it and make it work in your favor.
I discovered a lot of things when I was writing. I was researching all the different things my brain was doing to protect me from the bullying.
Yeah.
So I found like 15 different things that my brain did. Once it made me forget what happened on the school bus once. Once it what did it do? It told me. Well, my brain basically lied to me about what was happening at the moment. Just all these different kinds of things that I spell out in the book. So as it's happening, you can, as you're being bullied, you can see what your brain is doing to protect you.
And it's almost like you had to live a lie. You were trying to. You didn't want your mom to know certain things about how you were feeling to protect her. And your dad, you had an interesting relationship with. It started young.
My dad was the biggest bully.
Yeah.
So it was that.
And he wasn't abusive, right?
No. Just very mentally bullying.
Yeah.
My mother, you don't want her to know that nobody at school likes you.
Yeah.
Because then you're afraid she's going to start seeing me the way they did.
Yeah.
So
it's a really good book, and I love that. We're a lot alike in the fact that our brains work a little differently. That's why you hired me, I think. And sometimes people can't, they don't really relate to it, or they take it the wrong way. And I know that was, you were saying in the book, sometimes, you were trying to do a report and everybody was yelling at you. In
a speech class.
In a speech class, yeah, great. That's going to do a lot for your confidence.
And every 2 weeks I had to make a speech, and the teacher just allowed them to throw things and yell. And
that's crazy.
My entire life, I've been very socially paranoid. I don't go out. I don't do things. I don't want to be around people.
Yeah.
And it's all started there, and that just follows with you throughout the years.
I was really shocked when I got a book in the mail, right? And I'm like, oh, geez, somebody was bullied. Oh, wow. And then I read the personal letter. I'm like, wait, this is my boss who hired me. Eddie, I never knew, because you're always fun and cool, calm, collected. I remember one really funny thing. You won't remember this, but Steve Martin was kind of a jerk to me.
No.
By the way, he turned out to be great, wrote me an apology letter, he was fine.
Yeah.
But at the time, we were sort of pushing the envelope on E-News, and I remember I was interviewing him on the red carpet, and I was like, starstruck, and I kept saying kind of how I'm talking now, complimenting him, and he's like, do you have a question for me? And it was like, oh, wow, that was kind of mean. So I asked you, I'm like, can I put in the story that Steve Martin was a jerk, because remember, that was his big movie.
Right.
And you said, yeah, no, do it. And we did, and sure enough, he did send me a personal note.
I remember you with Shania Twain.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we've
like
actually...
I said, he's been around the block.
Well, this is a great book, Ray, and I know, we don't. I could talk about this forever with you, but really good, like you said, artwork. It's crazy that you were depicting to AI what you were, and it was coming up with these pictures. You're like, oh wow, this is not what I was thinking.
And those pictures reframe your trauma and ease a lot of the trauma for me, because it's like I see it completely different now.
Yeah.
The bullying, the dodgeball games, all those kind of things that just stick in my mind. I've reframed them. That's the cover of the book. The dodgeball.
Yeah.
Is a battlefield, and
they made a whole movie about it.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, yeah. Yes. So that's always been a very painful game, right?
Yes.
Okay. So one more time, what's the message you're really trying to get out?
The message is for parents that bullying lasts a lifetime. It doesn't stop when the name calling stops.
Yeah.
And for survivors of bullying, there is relief. There is a way to find trauma relief and healing. And that's the way I explain in the book how you can use ChatGPT to actually heal yourself.
All right, the book tour will continue. You're going to go to our friends at KTLA in San Diego and all that. The Art of Being Bullied by Ray Brune, and you can get it in all the stores. And
it's in Amazon currently.
Amazon currently.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's great to see you.
All right, and we'll